Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, everybody? This is your friend, your man, your buddy, your partner, your world today's only Edwin Victory. Everyday win. And today is a special day because today is the beginning of 222. Yes, February 2022. Guys, it's a very, very special month for me because my whole life I was born on February 22nd. And I looked at my birth certificate just yesterday and I realized, man, I was born at 11 o'clock. You can't make it up. So I'm so blessed to be here on February of 2022. And I'm also blessed to have a wonderful, wonderful guest with me who spends at least the last 5 to 7 years in my life. In the last 4 years, he's helped me tremendously from 2018 and now. He helped me to publish a book through his company, Get Published Successfully. Do you hear what I say? GPS. When you're riding down the street, you know what you do. You grab your telephone. First thing you do, you put the address in, and Siri or whoever she is tells you exactly how to get to your destination. And when you get down to your destination, you probably go sit down and eat. Most people sit down to a meeting, have a meal, or sit down on their couch and watch the football game. So, we're all rushing somewhere to get somewhere to eat. It seems to me. Everybody's on the highway trying to beat each other to go sit down somewhere to eat. It is what it is. Now, I particularly took 2020, 21 to rush to get to the gym because I wanted to make sure by 2022 that I was fit because I am a part of the great organization now called the Las Vegas Raiders. And y'all know us as a football team. So football players have to be fit to get the victory. So now we need to work on the mindset and the team so we can be fit for the 2024 Super Bowl that'll be right here in our stadium, Allegiant Field, my spaceship here in Las Vegas. So, thank God for those Rams and those other teams that are making it to the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. We'll be there to see you guys, have fun with you guys, but we are always going to be Raiders. There is no greater than a Raider. I just keep it like that. Dallas Cowboys, we love you too. Because I know my friend, I don't know if he's a Cowboy fan. I don't know, he's going to tell us in a minute, but he is in Dallas. And, it's hard to be in Dallas without being a star because he is a true star. And I'm so blessed to have this young man in my life. He's Dr. John L Mack. He's my coach. He's my friend. And we're going to talk about 22 days to see our victory. Hey, there he is.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever part of the world you guys are in. I'm excited to be here, Mr. Victory. Mr. Victory, heavy on the Mr.
Wow. One of these days I'll be Dr. Victory. As a matter of fact, I'm actually in my office. We are the doctor's office here in Las Vegas. It's our television set. The Doctor's Office is a new show that we're producing here. It's a comedy plus a serious where we bring doctors on like this and we talk about those things that doctors need to talk about. But our set is the Doctor's Office, and you've been here, Dr.
Yes, sir. It's awesome set. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess one of these days soon, very soon, I'll be Dr. Edwin Victory. And I'll be able to follow your lead because that's what I'm doing. I followed your lead 2018 and you did something to help me. Yeah, I love it. You got a copy,
You got a copy. My copy is beat up and it's dog-eared, but I promise you this, good information in this, great information. So if they're looking for transformation, they need a copy of 7 Keys to Victory. How do you spell victory? Victory.
There you go. I'm weird. Listen.
You're a walking billboard for your own broadcast. I love it.
Man, coming and going. Everywhere I go, I'm so blessed to represent what the Lord is in my life. He is my victory.
Yes.
Because I know that it was that day when I heard his voice and he said, come and do that I did exactly what he said. And that's the power of the Holy Spirit. Now, we're talking, we're talking about principles. This book is not a Bible, it's not a religious book, but it's based off the principles that were written in the Bible. And I'm so blessed because without that, we wouldn't even be here today.
Well, and you know what? When you talk about those principles, I'm looking at the total motif of what this program is. Your world. That means your opportunity to grow, to flow, and to become all that you were designed and desired to be by the Master Maker, the Lord Himself. So, and let me just take a moment to share this because it's
Love that, man.
right.
Thank you.
It's right in line with what you're talking about. Because, see, all week, for the last 2 weeks, he's been working with me on this concept of image versus identity. And the image is what we craft, we put on social media, how we go out and we project and present ourselves to the world. So that's how the world sees us because of the image or the avatar that we've created. But the real question, the key question is, what is your identity? Who do you say you are? Who do you believe you are? Oh, sure, the world can see, I look 10 foot tall and bulletproof on social media. They say, oh man, Dr. Mack, you're all over the place. You're doing this, you're doing that. And I'm saying, yeah, that's the image that I'm crafting. But what do I feel? Who do I see myself? Do I see myself as being limited, lacking? Do I see myself as being worthy and capable and good enough? And that's why I love the book, The 7 Keys to Victory, because with that victory, when you get victory, that means that you understand and you've accepted, acknowledged, and approved the identity that was on the inside. And when you walk in that identity, whoo, you better hush.
My God. I tell you, and I told somebody yesterday, my blessing that God blessed me with through my father was my father spoke to me and said, your middle name is your heart name. And it means everyday win. And also, someone told me at the gym the other day, the word Ed, it meant, let me look it up on my phone because he told me exactly. He said, Ed, it means a witness between you and me.
Mm.
So there's a witness in between you and I that allows our collective efforts to win.
To connect. Well, that's so emblematic of what you were talking when you mentioned the Holy Spirit earlier. That Holy Spirit is the connector between God the Father and the Son that allows us to be able to be in fellowship. And when we can be in fellowship with another person, that interlocutor, that paraclete that's between the two of us, like you said, that Ed means the connection between you and I. When that occurs, when that connection occurs, then you're able to elevate, you're able to come to newer levels. So that allows us, when you look in this book, I'm a shameless advocate of the book because I help you to create it and to present it. But that you start off with that first the V in victory means to validate. When you see, validation is external and it's also internal. People from the outside see that image and they validate the image. They say, "Oh, Edwin Victory, he's singing all over. He's in Vegas. He's living his dream. He's doing the things that he's always talked about doing. He's a star. He's been on Broadway, on Vegas reviews and big shows. He's a DJ. He's all over the city. Now he's working with the radio. He's doing the doggone thing. That's that validation from what others see of our avatar that we presented. But then that self-validation. Do you believe that you are who you say you are? Do you believe that you're good enough, that you're worthy, that you're capable? Do you believe it yourself? That's the identity, and that's the validation I'm seeking, that I self-validate. I believe in me, and that I believe that the me that is me is the one that you see.
Wow. See, that's where we move from validation to internalization.
Boy, you better teach this thing. You better teach this thing. So talk about that internalization.
Well, internalization is obviously on the inside, but most of us see things from the outside point of view, and that's okay
Yeah.
because the outside point of view is representation that people had an internal view of something of faith before they actually had the evidence of that faith. So the
Evidence.
the internalization is the process that goes within the side where you paint the picture of you on your inside. And once you paint a clear picture of you on the inside, it starts to show up in the outside view of those things that you began to create and accomplish in the space of others. People see what you have believed from the inside out, and that's the
Mm.
internalization process.
Whew. But so everything is created twice. First on the inside, then manifested on the outside. So that becomes
Yes.
the challenge. We're walking
Wow.
through this victory. Talk about the
Yeah.
challenge.
Well, see, the
Yeah, like,
challenge is not the challenge. Most people think of challenges which are like obstacles. They think that challenges
mhm.
come to make you struggle. No, the challenge is actually you challenging yourself to turn the switch on to begin. The challenge is the light switch. So, okay, the room is dark. You can't see. You trying to get something accomplished. So,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
because you know this, and you have the faith enough to go to the door, open the door, internalize, and then boom, turn the light switch on. That's where the games begin. That's where the gun goes off, and you start to move down the stretch, and you that's where see this then you move into the next. You have to you're going through a process because in that process things are changing, and that's where we get to transformation.
Well, but you know the challenge also is like you said earlier. It's in believing that you are who you say you are. A lot
Yes.
of times people will, and that's the problem I have with affirmations. People affirm that they are this or they're that, and internally they don't believe it. Internally they say, "I'm not worth. I'm an imposter. I'm not a Vegas star. I'm not an author. I'm not a great person. I'm just average and ordinary." But when you get to the point where you accept the challenge and you meet the challenge, because look at this, all the biggest thing for the last 2 years have been these online challenges. 5 day challenge, 2 day a challenge to say, okay, this is the ideal and this is where you are. So to go from where you are to the ideal, that transformation is the challenge. And if you accept the challenge, it will push you, it will pull you, it will propel you so that you can become what you say you are.
Man, I put a picture online a few days ago of me in 2016, me in
I saw that.
2021, and then me right in front of the mirror after dancing. I was sweaty, and I took sweat. It's like like
Sweat
glows
equity.
on you. Yeah. So it really made me look like I was like, wow. So I put it on there, and now I get these messages, and people say transformation.
Which is the
Transformation,
next step.
transformation. Now let me tell you, yes, I lost probably now about 55 pounds.
Wow.
Okay.
You lost almost a person.
Yeah, yeah. Now listen, I'm not at my goal yet.
Okay.
Okay. Now, but I did make such a transformation that where people now they don't see me the same anymore. I'm not the same person physically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not the same person inside as well because physical changes on the outside also means physical changes on the inside. it
Yes.
it causes mental changes, and also because now builds confidence. It gives you a sense of knowing that you can discipline yourself.
Mm. Talk to me.
The man that could bridleth his tongue can bridleth his whole body.
His
So
control
you
it.
can. Yes. So me making the decision when I first came to Victoryville, which is the city that I live in now.
I know. I
Uh,
know. I know all about Victoryville.
yeah, when I first got the keys to Victoryville, God blessed me with a park across the street from Victoryville. Now we just take over the whole park. It's all Victoryville now. It used to be called Sunset Park. Now I remember walking through Sunset Park, and I walk about 10,000 steps a day, and then I noticed a stage in the center of the park. So I used to go to the stage and I would look at the blade. Now, this is in the middle of a pandemic now, whatever the pandemic was, and told everybody to do was to stay in. I get it. We hunkered down, but this was still hunkered down because I'm all by myself. Nobody in the park, nobody around. So what I did was I imagined in my mind that I would be on stage in front of not just a couple, but thousands and tens of thousands. But I also knew that I wanted to look a certain kind of way when I presented myself on stage.
You have to reimagine yourself.
Exactly. So I would come back to my computer and I would look at different things and different shapes and bodies, and look at how people made their bodies in the certain shapes. And I found out how to do it for myself. I found out what worked for me. So the combination of me eating right and the combination of me exercising to get right, to be in a position to where I could have the endurance to be on stage for an amount of time. So that's where the transformation, to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Starts up there.
Exactly. And, when it started literally from at the sea, the challenge was to go to the gym. When I decided in Victoryville, when we first moved to Victoryville, we were having to take Peruvian baths. Peruvian baths is when you take them out the sink and you ain't got no shower. You still got to be clean.
Yes, sir.
You still got to wipe your face and everything else because it's just part of hygiene. Okay, so we realized that in Victoryville that if I connected with a gym that was closer to Victoryville, it allowed me to not only do what I need to do in the shower, but also work out at the same time. And it made no sense for me to go to the gym and not work out or take a shower. It just didn't make no sense. I feel like if I just go to the gym and take a shower, I was not going to transform physically. If I go to the gym and not shower after I work out, I come back to Victoryville and everybody who meet me in Victoryville would smell me. And it would smell good. So it just
that's real talk. That's real talk.
So as we continue to build Victoryville, we build these mechanisms around each other, so that's where we are pretty much right now. But the transformation, the challenge leads me to the transformation, because if I didn't challenge myself, I couldn't transform. It wouldn't happen. The light bulb had to come. Transformation.
Exactly.
Yes. I look at people. Go ahead. I don't want to miss your thought.
Well, no, because I was going. That segues us into that overcoming aspect. But this is what it hit me, especially when I was talking about the image and the identity. The question was, who am I? And the immediate the triggered response is, well, I'm Dr. Mack. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a successful salesman. I'm a multiple best-selling author. I'm a coach. I'm the creator of the PB4X formula for online success. I'm all these things that I do. But that's not my identity. That's just the image that I've crafted. So what I do, what I've done, and what I'm going to do isn't really who I am. That's what I do. So I wrestled with that question of who am I? And I think everyone wrestles with that question, because then it answers what our purpose is. And so I narrowed it down to this. I'm a caring, compassionate, capable, spiritual being having a human experience and helping and assisting others to have a similar, if not better, human experience. And once we understand that who we are, that we are a spiritual being, that we're not, this flesh, it rots away, it will deteriorate, it will dissipate, but our spirit is forever. That's what's eternal. And so when we work on getting victory for that spirit being that's on the inside of us, and our spirits are able to connect with kindred and other spirits, then we can overcome. And that overcoming is what takes us to the level of where we're designed to be. Hello,
Yeah,
holla if you hear me.
man. Overcome, boy. Oh, I like it. See, most people want to get to the overcoming. They want the
Yeah,
overcome. They want the breakthrough, but the process has to go in line, be in alignment to get to the overcoming situation. And it's a great place to aspire to
just
be.
prior to be. Yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah.
a great place, but it has you
Well,
have to. It's you can't. It's like we said when we first talked this morning. One day at a time.
one day at a time. Well, this is the deal. Breakthrough is something that you're required to participate in. When from a spiritual standpoint, the breakthrough is you're here. There's either a glass ceiling or an imaginary ceiling, or there's an invisible something that's holding you back, preventing you from getting to the other side of what you're trying to break through. But it requires growth on your part. It requires victory on your part, that validation, that internalization. It requires all of that to occur for the transformation to finally begin to occur. So what happens is that the breakthrough, like I said, requires effort on your part. But guess what? The miracle is what God does, that the divine does. So, but it requires you to break through in order for Him to allow the miraculous to bring you to that next level so that you are able to overcome. Oh, you better hear me, because this is the important part. Most people are so caught up and they want instantaneous transformation. They want things. They want instant results to happen just because they're there. But they're not participating in their rescue. They're not participating in their transformation. It requires effort on your part, and then the divine kicks in. The universe kicks in because it rewards action. The universe rewards those that are actually moving forward, trying, producing effort to accomplish and to achieve that what's on the inside. So that transformation can occur. You cannot overcome unless you come over into your mind and say, this is now what I'm going to accomplish. This is who I now am. This is where I now want to be. You better hear me.
I hear you loud and clear. I tell you, and it's interesting because I love getting on broadcast with you because we we put out a lot of great content. Now, I don't want to go past 30 minutes because I think that the attention span of everybody, we need
Oh,
to respect them so they can hear. So we're at 23 minutes right now, which is great because it leads us
to what?
into the R of
I mean,
victory.
that R.
That always reminds me. That R
Uh,
reminds me of Kobe Bryant. Always, the R reminds me of what I used to hear about him and his work ethic. Okay, Kobe
yes.
Bryant's work ethic was to get up and get to the gym and work out before everybody else, and then leave the gym working out after everyone else left. And
So everybody
everybody,
else came in. And when
yeah,
they come in, they do a normal day's work. And he's already done a normal
oh,
day's
he's
work.
already
And
working
after
out.
they leave, boy, you better
Yeah,
hush. He
yeah,
was
and
already the greatest. He was already awesome. But
you,
he took what he had and rehearsed it consistently. So he rehearsed it so much that when it was time to get on stage, he was ready. Others that have the gifting, that have the talent and abilities, they get out there and they just use the talent and ability, but they haven't prepared. Proper prior preparation produces perfect performance. So they have to get out there and say, I'm ready, and you can't be ready unless you've rehearsed. What did Jordan say? He said he missed all these shots. He said, I can't even recall the exact quote that he made, but basically he's saying that after, because of the constant preparation, he was prepared when the moment came for 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 him to step up and to step out.
well, it's so great because talent will take you only so
Mm.
far. Character will help you break through. See,
Or
talent can't take you where character takes you. See, Kobe had character. He had a discipline that built up something on the inside. And people used to criticize him, I'm sure, of why he doing this and why he doing that. People
he
don't
don't take
realize
all that.
people don't. I know people, if they follow my life, they don't realize why I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym, and I take a fitness class that's a hip hop dance class. They don't realize why I go in the evening to a paid residency job at a karaoke uh, uh, entertainment cafe here in Las Vegas. Shout out to everybody. Come out to the Catch Me Out. I'll be at 9 o'clock tonight. Uh, I'm your MC Edwin Victory, live on the mic from 9 to 2 a.m. So if y'all in Las Vegas, make sure y'all come to 450 Fremont Street. Catch me out tonight. And tonight is February 1st, the first day of 222. And y'all will get this video. But you know, people don't realize why I go and I do what I do. And I love coming there because it is my practice before the big show. I told you, when I was in Sunset Park, I would imagine I had no Catch Me Out. I had no gym. I had none of this. And I would imagine myself dancing and rehearsing and doing this every single day as much as possible. So now
you had to see
I
yourself.
have this. Absolutely. So now I'm at the B. I'm at the V, the I, the C, the T, the O, and the R. I'm in Victorville right now. I'm in Victorville, all the way to Victory. Yes.
So what is it? When does it end up? I mean, we got a couple minutes left, and I want to be able to talk about the most important part of that whole victory scenario. Because when we were writing this, I was like, "Dad, gum, that's good, but good is the enemy of great." And you broke it down to that why. So let's talk about the why.
Well, you know, I'm telling you, we got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on this broadcast, and it brought us right to what's the most important thing: the why. The why is when you get to Victorville, which is a few miles down the road. You keep going all the way till you get to Vegas. And we call Vegas now Victoryville. We throw our hands up. It's not the city of sinners, it's the city of winners. And when we get to here, you yield to your best self. That's when you yield to the most high God, which is in you, that gives you the power to do all things. And when you got the power to do all things, nothing in this world will ever be able to stop you. No matter what you face, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, or no matter who says or does it to you, nothing will stop the victory when you yield to your best self. Dr. Matt.
With yielding. See, yielding is what most people look at, and they think that's giving up ground. That's giving up a portion of their winning. When you yield, that means that somebody is able to take over what belongs to you. But yielding is what puts you in your space. Yielding is what allows you to be able to come forth and to emerge as the better you, the better version of yourself. So I promise you this: out of all of them, the why. You know, you look at the WHY, that means what's haunting you, what's hindering you, what's stopping you from being able to achieve and to be able to be all that you were designed and that you desire to be. Most people are stuck on stupid. That's SOS. That means they need some help. But to get past stuck, that means that you have to be able to have a why that's bigger than the thing that will make you not try, a why that will push you, propel you, and allow you to step up and to step into your greatness, into what? Dare I say it? To your victory. Woo,
there you go. I want to shout out real quick in the last few seconds to Bill St. George. He is the senior vice president of Las Vegas Athletic Club, and I met him last night. He saw me working out. He came up to me while he was working out, and he saw the intensity I worked out. He is the senior vice president of the LVAC for the last 30 years, and he sat and talked to me just yesterday. He wrote a book. You can look him up. William C. St. George on Amazon. 3 books. One book is called Fitness, Faith, and Family. Guys, it's been a great show. It's been a great and amazing show with Dr. John L. Mack. We hit some nuggets about the 7 keys to victory. And right now, it's the 22 days to victory. I am so blessed to have him. But before I go, Dr. John L. Mack, I want you to tell them about your new project, your new book, and what they're going to get out of it. I'm bringing you back, Dr. John L. Mack, y'all.
Hey, the L stands for legacy, which means let excellence guide and control you. In my new book, the PB4X formula for online success has four components. The first is a published book. Listen, if you're trying to be successful on the online world, you need a published book. You can do it without a published book. It'll take longer and it may not be stronger. But when you have that published book, it sets you aside as what? As the go-to person, as a guru, as a subject matter expert. So the published book really is the easiest part. Get with me, we'll show you how to do that. But the second is that polished brand, that you want to polish your brand. So when they see you on social media, in any place on the internet, that they'll say, that's a person that's legitimate, that's real, that's not faking it. They know what they're doing. I want to do business with them. And then in order to do business, you're going to need the third component, which is a proven blueprint. You know, you want to follow what success is. And that means systems. That means automation. That means processes put into place that will allow you to go to the next level, to your next iteration, to the best version of yourself. So PB4X is that published book, that polished brand, that proven blueprint, which equals a profitable business. And we show you through this formula how to use your profitable business to have a sustained income source that's evergreen in nature. This is Dr. John L. Mack, and I will be back.
Dr. John L. Mack, I want to thank you for coming on my broadcast today. You see, that's what I'm talking about. See what happens when John L. Mack speaks? The phones don't stop ringing. I promise. My phone going off over here, your phone, boy, we must be hitting a chord. And I appreciate everybody who's watching. Thank you, Dr. Mack. We'll have you on again real soon because I want to talk about my next project. My next book is called Broken Focus, Key to Failure, Focus to Win. John L. Mack, we'll talk to you soon. God bless you.
It's been an
Yes, guys, we want to thank you for coming and watching today here on Your World Today. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us on YouTube. We also have a new platform called yoinfo.online. It's the way we connect, just like a Facebook, an Instagram, and a Craigslist. We put your info in your info. And like Dr. John L. Mack said at the beginning, your opportunity to get the information you need to succeed. So thank y'all for coming, guys. Y'all keep watching. We'll keep being here right here for you on Your World Today.